Guys, see, once in 10 years UPSC trend changes. Once in every 10 years UPSC trend changes. The moment UPSC trend changes, books changes. All traditional books which you will be reading will change. And whatever is not there in the book, that they'll give. Always remember, they will always change the books. Whatever is not there in the books, that only they give. For example, schedules are not mentioned properly in detail in Lakshmikant. Correct? 4 questions came from schedules. What they have not mentioned. Not what they have mentioned. If you don't follow the trend, you won't be in the list. 2021-22 onwards, trend changed. If you still follow previous year questions from 2021, 19, like 74, 22 years, 26 years, fine. But the point is, last 3 years, if you don't understand the trend, you're out of the race. Let me tell you, schedules they used to ask. What is 5th schedule? 10th schedule? Direct question. What happened? People came to YouTube. They started telling how to remember schedules. Okay. UPSC told fine. You remember schedules? Now I'll ask inside the schedule. Till that time they never asked inside the schedule. Okay. Let me give a very simple thing. Like under 6th schedule, who will create autonomous district councils? Under 6th schedule, governor. 5th schedule, who has the authority to make laws within the 5th schedule? Governor governs 5th schedule areas. President makes 5th schedule areas. Making is by president, governing is by governor. Everything is given to governor. Later it is shifted to Gram Sabha, PISA, Panchayat extended to scheduled areas. What I am trying to tell you, read schedules in detail. Amendments, it's been last 10-15 years, they didn't ask about amendments. Now, what they're doing, they're copy pasting from amendments. Okay, they're copy pasting from amendments. They're not asking the numbers, but they're directly copy pasting what is amended. Whatever is amended, that is being copy pasted. You might have seen a question like, if at all president's electoral college is absent. President's electoral college, some members are absent. You cannot question the validity of president's election on the basis of electoral college. That means, let's say Telangana did not had MLAs. Elections were not there. Presidential elections occurred. At that time, Telangana MLAs did not vote. You cannot question it on the basis of that electoral college. This is an amendment. Okay, which amendments is associated with what do you call it as removal of right to property? Right to property. '25, they tried to remove. So there are, I'm just trying to tell, there are things which you have to read according to the trend. Okay, I'm not trying to question you or ask you to recollect because classes just got over. It's not easy for you to by heart everything. But what I'm trying to tell is, if you're putting effort, put effort according to the recent trend. Okay, now let's say ancient and medieval is there. Ancient and medieval is there. Many questions are like books, authors' names. And this year the worst part, state, place and importance of the place. Ancient history. State, place, importance of the place. Where is it? Nowhere in the books they are available. But if you see NCRT book, India maps will be there in NCRT book, places names will be there, same places are asked. In map, places will be there, right? Those places are asked. Now what happens? Do you really have time to read them? You won't. And what will you read in NCRT? You'll read overview and you'll leave. The point what I'm telling is geography, okay? British type of climate. World climate, one question will always come. June 21st, from last 10 years, one question is coming, okay? World climate, definitely one question will be there. If you read GC Leong, no use. Direct points are copy pasted from NCRT. But what they do, when they copy paste, mandatorily they will change the language. The point is they will add not, they will use none, they will use only, because the problem for you is you have seen. Even if you have seen, you might have not remembered accurately. That's where they play. So until and unless you are along with the trend, you won't be in the list. This is not an exam of selection, please understand. It's not about intelligence. There are people like, I have interviewed people when they come to interviews and all, they try to tell articles from 1 to 395 without seeing. Okay, whichever article you ask, they'll tell. Fourth attempt, fifth attempt, people will be there. Still, they don't clear, they don't qualify. Not because of not working hard. How did you read before exam? College days? One night. But was there a strategy in the sense, will you read, open the book and read every line? So someone in the class who writes, who attends their notes, some books, in that also you will see 5 questions will come. Which 3 you have to read, which 4 you have to read, and 2 you listen from friends, 3 you read, 2 from friends, go and write. Did you get marks? This exam, are you reading everything or are you reading according to the exam? I'm not teaching you entire IR. Entire IR, if I teach, it takes 2 years. Every country, if I go and tell what all happened, 193 countries are there. Slowly I can do 2 years. This is not masters, right? We are hardly covering in 40-50 hours. You think geography, when will you complete? History, 3 years they take, 1 year modern, 1 year ancient, 1 year medieval. Here, everything you complete in 150-200 hours. I'm trying to tell you that teacher is teaching you from exam point of view. Teacher is not teaching you completely. He is telling you what is important, what is not important. But you should also sit and analyze, because the biggest problem I'll tell is with teachers who might have prepared 4 or 5 years back. If you don't observe the trend, you get caught. Teachers don't have time to update. We are dealing with current affairs, like IR and all is current affairs, that's a different issue. But many static subjects, people don't update. By the time they teach the traditional part, their time will be done. They won't give you from exam point of view. As a student, it's your responsibility to sit and analyze. Trends are changing, questions are changing, patterns are changing. From where are they asking the questions? NCRTs. Okay. What is a state? Question was asked, what is a state? And 4 options were given. All the 4 options were closer to state itself. And we normally believe state question is associated with polity, correct? Every analysis was from polity point of view. Sociology NCRT 1, it has a definition of a state. It is copy pasted. They ask what is liberty. You might have seen NCRT political theory, right? In that, words meanings are given, liberty and all. That is copy pasted. Okay. You tell me what is fraternity? Okay. Can you tell the line? Fraternity. Beside it? Fraternity without affecting dignity of individual. unity and integrity of India. Explain me this line. Explain me the line. I know fraternity is brotherhood. Tell me remaining part. Preamble only. I'm not going depth. Did you get my point? Huh. Fraternity without affecting dignity of the individual. What is the meaning of that? Fraternity without affecting unity and integrity of the country. And remember, integrity came in 42nd Amendment. Correct? Huh. Now, what is it that you read? Fraternity is what? Brotherhood. Why? Because Lakshmi controlled brotherhood. From last 15 years, all faculties are reading brotherhood and they are teaching. The problem is the book. For polity, problem is the book because they read book and keep telling the same. What has happened? YouTube and all, once it came, people stopped reading. People are watching videos. Even faculties are watching videos. They're coming and telling. I know many, my student to whom I taught geography after the attempt, now he's faculty in vision and he is dictating my notes. I'm telling him, you read. It's not wrong to come, but the point is, without reading, whatever I told, IR, if you listen to this and if you tell, I might have told 60%, you understand 30%, you have 10%, and if you transfer, this is happening. Okay, this is where I'm telling you. You see, fraternity is not just brotherhood, it is group of people with similar ideology or identity forming groups. Okay, faculty fraternity, IAS fraternity, military fraternity, like a fraternity, group of people with similar ideology or thinking. Now what happens? You have right to form unions. Right to form unions. North Korea doesn't allow right to form unions. Many countries of the world, NGOs are banned. They don't allow Iran, Saudi Arabia. You do not have right to form unions. So India has given right to form unions. That is fraternity. But the problem is, a group of people are always threat to individual. This is J.S. Mill's concept. Where is it present in? And what does he tell? He says, a group of people always try to isolate and threaten an individual. Is that true? Are you scared of government of India, Revanth Reddy or Modi, or are you scared of your surroundings? Who will judge you? Who will criticize you more? Surroundings. So he says, Galileo, many Mendel, these people were beaten to death because a group of people did not accept the ideology of the other person. So a group should not be formed to insult anyone. A group should not be formed to affect fundamental right of another person. That's why they tell fraternity without affecting dignity of the individual. Next, unity and integrity. Can you form a group? Yes. But can you form Naga group and say we don't want to be with India? Can you form Ulfa group and say you don't want to be with India? Fraternity is permitted, but without affecting unity of the country. Are you getting the point? Integrity. When was this introduced? 42nd Amendment. Why 42nd Amendment? Because Naxalism had started. Naxalism did not tell we will get separated from India, but their main intention is to change Constitution of India. A group with communist ideology is permitted, but you cannot change character of India, that is democracy of India. You cannot overthrow the Constitution of India, which is our integrity. So group is permitted without affecting unity and integrity. Group is permitted without affecting dignity. This is how essays are formed. Are you getting a simple line? 1 to 125 marks they are making. If you don't know the words, I'm just trying to tell, reading in a wrong way is extremely dangerous for this exam. You will be here for 10 to 12 years. I am seeing many people moving around in Ashok Nagar. If you really love Ashok Nagar, food, air, chai, and other places, you can stay here for 10 years successfully. Many people, and groups spoiled them 2 to 3 years. But I'm telling you, this is not because they are not studying. Remember, it's not everyone is not studying. Even if parents have to support you for so many days, at least you should show some. They work hard, but channel is not easy. And this is an area where now first attempt you can clear. First attempt you can clear because things will be fresh in your mind. Whatever facts you are answering me today, next year if I ask, you won't answer, because you will answer technical and difficult questions which where understanding is required. Factual data will go. As age increases, number of attempts increases, factual data keeps reducing. That's how a fourth attempt guy is equal to first attempt guy. First attempt guy is very good in static part. Fourth attempt guy is very good in conceptual part. He's not good in static part. You be mixture of this. You have a very good opportunity to understand. When I'm trying to tell you certain things, they are going back. UPSC is going back. When they are going back, they go on factual things where people are not observing. The moment you are not observing, they win the race. They easy for them to eliminate. Questions are not unpredictable. You are not reading what needs to be read. Current affairs. Like, 30, 40 questions which no one knows will be asked. Because what is happening, the biggest problem is all materials are going out, guys. UPSC is also saying the material and ensuring it won't come from this. Hardly you may get 3-4 questions. For that, don't worry. First, static. Minimum 4 times NCRTs you should write before writing prelims. If you have read before, it's fine. Before exam, if you have not seen NCRT, 40 to 50 questions, simple questions, you will do mistake. It's highly impossible for you to justify your answers if you have not read NCRTs multiple times. I'm telling you, read proper books, no shortcuts. Sir, geography 11th and 12th enough. History, spectrum is enough. 6th to 12th. 6th to 12th. UPSC will use only this. Sit in front of NCRT website, download everything from there, read 6 to 12, 6 to 12. History, polity, economy, geography, these 4. Science and tech and all is very difficult. Even if they copy paste, I don't think you will be able to do. That's of a higher level. But these 4 are mandatory because this is the source. Okay. And when you are seeing images, for example, in resources NCRT, they had given about forest, okay, natural wildlife, vegetation was there. And in that what they asked like, there is a story in the beginning which says Aisha's uncle has gone to Himalayas. He has seen some plants and all. He comes and he explains Aisha every time about the vegetation that is actually present. This is given. And he came to Aisha and he showed some plants which he recently found in Himalayas. UPSC question was, if you go to Himalayas, which of the following trees are found? Whatever Aisha's uncle saw, same options are given. How will you know? What will you by heart? First thing is you will not read the story. Even if you read the story, you don't remember, correct? And boxes you have, do you know? Do you know? You should know. That's why they have given. Yeah, 6th standard NCRT, 2 questions will come every year. You check. 6th standard NCRT itself, 2 questions will come. You have this pole star in 6th standard NCRT, right? Now that is the question. The problem is what happens after question come, people explain. People explain after question come. No one tells you. I'm telling you, irrespective of question comes or not, as a student, you have some responsibility. Reading NCRTs 2 to 3 times. Trust me, prelims or mains, you will be in the list if NCRT is in your fingertips. Don't trust shortcuts. Don't trust shortcuts. This is not an exam to look for shortcuts, because they are not looking for selection, they are looking for elimination. Toppers don't tell truth. Toppers don't tell truth. I know. I have seen people before clearing. I have seen people after clearing. We will be also sharing the dias, like what they told before interview result and what they tell after interview result. It's completely different. People who tell we did not perform well in mains, their rank will be there. I'm not telling it's wrong or so. But the point is, what is the maximum time duration you remember what you wrote in your degree exam? That day. After 1 week, you don't remember questions. After 4 months, you don't remember subject names also. Right? September, if a guy is writing mains, May results will come. Do you really think he remembers everything that he wrote? Okay, I know a student, 51st rank they got, and after that she told everyone how to read ethics. She gave a very good lecture on how to read ethics. Her lowest score was in ethics. She had performed well in, but that video had become viral. Everyone saw. I'm not telling that it's her fault. What I'm trying to tell is, even she doesn't know where she got marks, how she got marks. Are you getting the point? How do you know what you have done? Do you really remember? You don't remember. You don't remember what helped you, what did not help you. What is right, what is wrong, you don't know. How do you come to conclusion on the basis of that? Toppers are not wrong. But the point is, you tell me, is there a difference between an IAS officer teaching you and a teacher teaching you? IAS officer, when he talks information. They talk to the standard. School level, when they talk, they teach you what the concept is. First, read the basics, then see specifically. For example, optional. You have confusion in a particular topic. You see how they have read. If you have notes, see how they have made. Today, 90% of people, they are taking toppers' notes. They are sitting and writing their notes on the basis of toppers' notes. The same topper, if he writes again, he won't be in the list also. Not necessarily. Do you know how many people who wrote mains this time last year who got selected? They are not even in the list. Every time it's a fluke. Do you really think first rank people, again if they write, they will get first rank? They only don't know whether they will get into the list or not. How are you trusting the path? Why I'm worried is, shortcuts. People are only into shortcuts. When we tell, see them. See, this is where you need to worry. West Asia, Southeast Asia, right? Central Asia. These three you must be aware. Because India has good relations, but doesn't have enough content to ask questions. Numbers they won't ask. So you need to be aware what they are talking about. Please focus on, see, 6 months is there. More than enough. You can be in the list. You are completing syllabus at the right time. You can be in the list. But don't trust anyone if they tell you shortcuts. If not this year, at least next year you will be in the list if you work hard. Okay. If you believe my luck takes, even without reading your luck takes. If at all, we used to tell to students, that how many questions you have to attempt is one of the basic problems students have. So in the class, I told student that, see, go for 2 readings. First reading, if you are able to answer 40-50 questions, that means almost 50% you are through. take less risk, because if negatives increase, your score reduces. Answer till 70, 75. Don't go beyond that. But in the first round, if you know only 20 questions, that means anyways you are not clearing. You have to take risk. Take more risk. Who knows, you will be in the list. This was given as a suggestion, not that it works. Now after the exam, one guy called and told, so thanks a lot, it helped me. What helped? Like, he is getting around 145 in GS because he marked everything randomly. It worked. Like, fine, luck matters sometimes, you can't do anything. Next day he called and he told he's not clearing. As what happened? CSAT also I did same, sir. Like, gone. Luck is important, but only luck cannot take you. Some effort is also required. Even if they clear prelims, they won't be in the list because mains issues are there. Mains is not so difficult, guys. Mains is very easy. The only thing is those 3 months you should study. Never think time is less. Don't forget your power. You read one day before and you, like, became graduates. You got more than 60%? 80, 90, yeah. See, one day. Mains is same as your degree. Prelims is same as your inter. 10th and inter. Did you study? How you studied? 10 to 12 hours by hearted studied. That is prelims. Mains is degree. What? See guys, everyone knows English very well. At least in the exam. You will write some English. Don't worry about language. Your English will be better. What is important? Words. For this question, what are the keywords? If you know the keywords, won't you write English? Were you very good in degree? No, right? The same English only you will write. If you have written in Telugu, that's different. You wrote in English only. Evaluator understood. He gave marks. Same teachers will evaluate. Degree teachers only, right? It's not someone trained in UPSC to evaluate. Degree teachers only will evaluate. Language, same handwriting, they also know. They would have seen so many. And faculty's mindset is to give marks, not to cut marks. They are trained to give marks, but you should write something to give marks. No. That's where the problem comes. They need to select people. They will. Subheadings. Mains is all about subheadings. Can't you write, if Myanmar is given, if you know Rohingya issue, if you know Chinese issue, I have to write about Northeast insurgency issue. Won't you elaborate a bit? Huh. Your creativity will also be there. Northeast India map you will draw, Myanmar you will show, these two connectivity you will show. If required, this port also you will write, Sitwe port, all those. And in the last minute, mains especially, your brain works like anything. That you will be in the list, but the problem is not doing. Many people think about structure, okay, introduction what to be written, conclusion what to be written. But my problem is, why are you worrying about half mark? Why are you not worried about the 8 marks? 8 and half. How is your paper evaluated? Do you know? Who evaluates? And how do they evaluate? It's not evaluated by subject experts. Who will evaluate your first paper? Which subjects are there in first paper? History, society, geography. Who will evaluate? University teacher. Which subject teacher? So will it be like, okay sir, I did geography, you do history, you do society? That's why they are jumbling up. It's done by a person who knows English. Anyone who studies English, who are evaluators, they will evaluate your paper, irrespective of the subject expertise. A polity teacher may also evaluate geography. Economy teacher may also evaluate geography, because they will select 100 people. They have to evaluate. They will give them papers. How do they evaluate? They will tell model answers will be given for everyone. Every teacher will be given model answer, because they know subject expertise won't be there. This question, 8 points. These 8 points, if it is there, give 15 marks. Based on that, you cut. And first evaluator will evaluate and give marks. Let's say he gave 8 marks out of 15. After that, second evaluator will evaluate. And let's say he gave 9. 8.5 is your marks. Average will be taken. So 2 people will evaluate. That's why you should not write here. If you write here in this column, -5. They have clearly mentioned. You should not write here, you should not write here. No Shri Om 789 on top. No religion, no language, nothing. And then, like earlier, okay, there is another misconception. What? Mains answer, 10 marks, 2 pages. 15 mark, 3 pages. This is the misconception you people have. The problem is you don't know how it evolved. So what happened? Earlier, there used to be a question, and they used to leave space. And what they did, next page, they used to write another question. Gap was 10 marks means 1.5 page. 12.5 was there. 12.5 means 2 pages. That's how they did. Now, students, when they are writing the answer, by the time they come here, they realize they have not completed the answer. Are you getting the point? They realize you have not completed the answer. What to do? Next, another question is there. For me, place is not enough. So what he did? He cut the question. He'll write answer. And next page, he will write question. He will write question and then answer. UPSC showed answers like this and told this if you do, we will cut marks. 3 years continuously they put. Students continue to do regularly. So UPSC decided students won't change. We should change. So what they did, 10 marks, they left 2 pages. Don't cut, write how much ever you want. Now what happened? Some topper told, I wrote all the pages, that's why I got marks. Everyone started doing that. One topper told, I scored because I draw diagrams. Every question, somehow I drew diagram. And evaluators, when they are doing, now outside institutions and all, they also listen. Diagram must be there. India-Japan relation, what diagram will you write? What diagram will you write? I saw in another institution when they drew diagram, they were asked like, draw diagram. They wrote clearly, diagram is not there, -2. India-Japan relation, what diagram you expect? This is where the problem comes. Are you getting the point? Don't follow things, no exam. And this is a standard pattern. 2 evaluators evaluating your paper is a standard practice anywhere. And in case, total when they do, okay, first evaluator gave 100, another evaluator gave 110, 105 is your marks. But first evaluator gave 100, second evaluator gave 140. Gap is more. Then third evaluator comes into picture. Third evaluator will come. And if third evaluator gives 110, these 2 will be taken. If he gives 130, these 2 will be taken. Without knowing how exam pattern works, if you try to think about how to impress, how to write and all, it will be difficult. Second thing, draw diagrams cleanly. No need to worry about writing or filling the page. Page you want to fill? Yes sir, I am scared they might not give marks. Fine. Draw proper diagrams. If you are drawing India map, draw properly. It should be clear. Now, if I don't show some maps, if I tell you, see ASEAN, remember there are 10 countries. Don't open maps. I'll tell you 10 countries. Remember. I won't show you map. I won't show you anywhere. But I'll tell, remember, see above Karakoram is there, below Ladakh is there, Zaskar is there. Is it possible for you? How will an evaluator understand what you wrote? At the end of the day, remember, a person who is evaluating is completely different. He doesn't know the subject. Second, he will be given model answer. It's not possible for you to write model answer accurately. Correct? See, max problems, everyone has same answers. Why in school days and all you won't get equal marks? Everyone won't write exactly, no? That's where you get. So when you know you can't write properly, at least whatever you have written, if you write it properly, he will search. Okay, here Chinese issue is there. Has he mentioned Chinese issue? Yes, I'll give 1 mark. That is how they will give you marks. If you are not writing, where is the scope for them to give marks? So have clarity of the exam. These subjects, internal security, IR and all, you should have notes, proper notes. IR is current affairs. So if you are writing next mains, from March onwards, current affairs becomes important for you. Now it is mostly from prelims point of view, not from mains point of view. But once it is done, it's important from mains. So this is how you should be aware. Every subject has its own way. Polity, I need to remember, but questions are not coming from Lakshmikant. From where is it coming? Spectrum, I am reading history, ancient history, medieval history I am reading. I don't know from where questions are coming. That means I am reading wrong source. I need to look at right source. What is that source? From where is he asking? And whenever you type in Google, stop typing UPSC. Okay, don't type schedules UPSC. They will show UPSC websites, which everyone is reading. Read other things. Are you getting the point? India-Bangladesh relations, UPSC. Everyone is doing same. And you see 5 websites, more or less every website is same. Why? Everyone copies the other. Are you understanding where you are losing out the game? Right? See, last few days if people are attending classes, we understand the seriousness. You want to be in the list. But when you are working, just ensure right things are given first priority. Fine.